The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden glow over the dense foliage of the jungle. Shafts of light pierced through the thick canopy, creating a tapestry of shadows and highlights on the emerald green leaves below. The air was alive with the symphony of chirping birds, rustling leaves, and distant calls of unseen creatures. Amidst this vibrant spectacle, Bagheera, a sleek and silent black panther, prowled through the underbrush with a feline grace. His keen eyes surveyed his surroundings, and his ears twitched at every subtle sound. The jungle was his home, a place of both beauty and danger, where the laws of nature dictated the rhythm of life. As Bagheera padded through a narrow trail, his sharp senses caught a faint sound, a whimper, barely audible above the chorus of the jungle. Intrigued, he followed the delicate cries until he reached the edge of a small clearing. There, nestled within the wreckage of a wooden canoe, lay an abandoned infant, his eyes wide with innocence. Bagheera approached the scene with a mix of curiosity and concern. The wreckage hinted at a tragic event, but the child seemed miraculously unharmed. The panther circled the infant, studying him with a discerning gaze. It was then that he noticed a small, tattered cloth bearing the initials MK. A clue to the child's identity, perhaps. The wise panther, feeling a sense of responsibility for this vulnerable creature, decided to take him under his care. He gently nudged the infant with his nose, eliciting a soft coo in response. In that moment, Bagheera made a decision that would alter the course of both their lives. He would name the child Mowgli and become his guardian in this vast and untamed wilderness. With the abandoned infant cradled gently in his powerful jaws, Bagheera retreated into the shadows of the jungle, determined to protect and guide Mowgli through the challenges that awaited them. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the jungle into a tranquil darkness, the unlikely pair ventured deeper into the heart of the lush wilderness, embarking on a journey that would weave their destinies together in the intricate tapestry of the jungle's embrace. As the moon ascended to its throne in the night sky, bathing the jungle in a silvery glow, Bagheera carried the infant Mowgli to a secluded den nestled among the roots of a giant banyan tree. The den belonged to Raksha, the wise and nurturing alpha wolf. Sensing the connection between the child and Bagheera, Raksha welcomed Mowgli into the pack with a gentle nuzzle and a chorus of curious sniffs from the wolf cubs. Under Raksha's watchful eye, Mowgli found a new family among the wolves. He crawled and stumbled among the furry pack, his laughter harmonizing with the joyful yips of the wolf cubs. From that day forward, the jungle embraced Mowgli as its own. As Mowgli grew, so did his bond with the jungle. Bagheera, always nearby, guided him through the intricacies of survival, teaching him the art of stealth, the language of the wind, and the significance of the moon's phases. Mowgli learned to move with the rhythm of the jungle, his senses attuned to every rustle and whisper. It wasn't long before Mowgli encountered Baloo, a carefree and easygoing bear with a heart as large as his appetite. Baloo, finding Mowgli alone and curious, approached with a playful twinkle in his eye. The bear's laughter echoed through the trees as he introduced himself and offered Mowgli a lesson in the fine art of the bare necessities. Under Baloo's tutelage, Mowgli discovered the joy of swinging through vines, the thrill of riverbank fishing, and the simple pleasure of lounging in the dappled sunlight. Baloo became more than a mentor, he became a friend, a confidant, and a source of endless amusement. The trio, Mowgli, Bagheera, and Baloo, wove a tapestry of companionship in the heart of the jungle. Mowgli, with his agile movements and growing understanding of the laws of the wild, became a bridge between the animal kingdom and the human world he barely remembered. As seasons passed, Mowgli's relationship with the jungle deepened. He learned to communicate with the diverse creatures that called the dense foliage home, chattering monkeys, majestic elephants, and colorful birds that painted the sky with their vibrant plumage. Each encounter added a new chapter to Mowgli's education, shaping him into a guardian of the delicate balance that sustained life in the jungle. And so, under the watchful eyes of Bagheera and the carefree spirit of Baloo, Mowgli's childhood unfolded in a symphony of laughter, exploration, and discovery. The jungle, once an unfamiliar terrain, had become his home, and Mowgli, the boy raised by wolves and mentored by a bear, was destined to play a unique role in the intricate dance of nature. The rhythmic heartbeat of the jungle pulsed with an unspoken harmony, a delicate balance that had endured for generations. Under the watchful gaze of the moon, Mowgli reveled in the camaraderie of his jungle family, wolves, bears, and myriad other creatures that had become his kin. However, an ominous shadow loomed on the horizon, threatening to shatter the tranquility that had embraced him since infancy. Shere Khan, a formidable and scarred tiger with eyes that burned like embers, prowled through the dense undergrowth with a malevolent purpose. His disdain for humans was legendary, a deep-seated loathing that festered in the core of his being. He saw them as interlopers, disruptors of the jungle's delicate equilibrium. One fateful night, as the jungle slumbered under a blanket of stars, Shere Khan's roar echoed through the canopy, a chilling symphony that roused the denizens from their restful dreams. The animals exchanged wary glances, sensing a disturbance in the natural order. Bagheera, Baloo, and Mowgli gathered, their senses heightened, as the jungle whispered of an imminent threat. In the moonlit clearing, Shere Khan emerged with a predatory grace, his amber eyes fixated on the boy who had become an integral part of the jungle tapestry. The tiger's voice resonated like thunder, declaring his disdain for Mowgli and his determination to rid the jungle of what he perceived as a threat to its delicate balance. "The man-cub must leave this jungle, or I will bring the fury of the wild upon him," Shere Khan bellowed, his voice dripping with menace. Mowgli, standing defiantly alongside Bagheera and Baloo, felt a chill run down his spine. He understood that Shere Khan's vendetta was not a mere whim but a formidable force that could tip the scales of their existence. The jungle, once a haven of peace, now quivered under the weight of impending conflict. Bagheera, his eyes ablaze with determination, stepped forward. "The boy is one with the jungle. He poses no threat to its balance. Leave us be, Shere Khan." But the scarred tiger remained unmoved, his stripes flickering like shadows in the moonlight. "I will not rest until the man-cub is no more. His kind has no place in the heart of the wild." And with those ominous words, Shere Khan melted back into the shadows, leaving the jungle with a palpable sense of unease. The peace that Mowgli had known since infancy now hung in the balance, and as the jungle held its breath, the young boy prepared to face a formidable adversary, a battle that would determine not only his fate but the fate of the jungle he called home. The jungle, once a sanctuary for Mowgli, now echoed with the ominous growls of Shere Khan, casting a dark shadow over the vibrant tapestry of life. Bagheera, the wise black panther who had watched over Mowgli since infancy, felt the weight of responsibility settle heavily on his sleek shoulders. One moonlit night, as the jungle murmured with an unsettling tension, Bagheera approached Mowgli's makeshift den beneath the ancient banyan tree. The panther's eyes, usually sharp and focused, softened with a mixture of concern and resolve. He knew that Shere Khan's vendetta against the boy was not to be taken lightly. "Mowgli," Bagheera spoke in a hushed tone, waking the boy from his slumber. "The time has come for you to leave the jungle." Mowgli, still drowsy from sleep, blinked up at Bagheera with confusion. "Leave? But this is my home, Bagheera." The panther sighed, his gaze lingering on the moonlit foliage. "Shere Khan's hatred for humans is insatiable. It threatens the very fabric of the jungle. I fear for your safety, my friend. It is time for you to return to the man village." Baloo, who had been sleeping nearby, stirred at the conversation. His eyes, filled with a mixture of sadness and understanding, met Mowgli's gaze. "It's for the best, buddy. We'll get you there safe and sound." Mowgli, torn between his love for the jungle and the growing threat of Shere Khan, nodded reluctantly. Bagheera explained the perilous journey that lay ahead and the challenges they would face together. The trio set out, the moon casting long shadows as they ventured into the heart of the jungle. The journey was fraught with danger, rushing rivers, tangled vines, and the ever-looming presence of Shere Khan, who watched from the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to strike. Bagheera's senses were on high alert, Baloo's protective instincts kicked in, and Mowgli faced the harsh realities of the world beyond the jungle's embrace. Through trials and tribulations, the bond between Mowgli, Bagheera, and Baloo grew stronger. They faced challenges that tested their unity, but the trio pressed on, determined to see Mowgli safely to the man village. Along the way, Mowgli learned valuable lessons about resilience, friendship, and the intricate dance between the wild and the civilized. As they neared the edge of the jungle, the sounds of the man village became audible, a cacophony of voices, laughter, and distant drumbeats. Bagheera, Baloo, and Mowgli stood at the threshold, the jungle behind them and the unknown ahead. Bagheera, his gaze lingering on Mowgli, knew that this was a bittersweet moment, a farewell to the wild, but a chance for the boy to discover his place in the world beyond the vines and shadows. With a final glance at the jungle that had been his home, Mowgli stepped into the light of the man village, guided by the wisdom of Bagheera and the enduring friendship of Baloo. The journey had been perilous, but it marked the beginning of a new chapter, one where Mowgli would carry the spirit of the jungle within him, forever connected to the untamed world that shaped him into the boy he had become. The journey to the man village unfolded like a tapestry of trials and discoveries, each step weaving a new chapter in Mowgli's adventurous life. As Bagheera, Baloo, and Mowgli ventured deeper into the heart of the jungle, they encountered challenges that tested their resilience and forged unbreakable bonds. One misty morning, as the trio navigated through a dense thicket of bamboo, a sinuous figure coiled gracefully around the branches overhead. The air seemed to shimmer as Kaa, a hypnotic python with scales that glistened like molten gold, revealed herself. HSSSS. Little Mowgli, the jungle whispers your name, Kaa hissed, her eyes locking onto Mowgli's with an otherworldly intensity. Baloo, ever protective, positioned himself between Mowgli and the serpentine temptress. Bagheera, though cautious, recognized Kaa's ancient wisdom and approached with a nod of respect. Fear not, my friends. Kaa is a guardian of knowledge in this jungle. She sees what others may overlook, Bagheera explained. Kaa, her voice a soothing melody, offered guidance to Mowgli. She spoke of the jungle's secrets, its hidden perils, and the interconnected dance of life that pulsed through every leaf and creature. Under Kaa's watchful gaze, Mowgli learned to trust not only his instincts but the ancient wisdom that resonated through the jungle's veins. The trio continued their journey, now armed with the profound insights bestowed upon them by the hypnotic python. Yet, the jungle held more encounters in store. As they approached a vast clearing, the ground trembled beneath their feet. A majestic procession emerged, gigantic elephants, their tusks adorned with vibrant flowers, moved with a dignified grace. At their helm was Akela, the wise and ancient leader of the elephant herd. "Halt, travelers," rumbled Akela, his eyes wise beyond measure. "The jungle speaks of your purpose, and it intertwines with the threads of destiny. I offer you the protection of the Ancient Ones, but your journey must continue." Baloo, ever the diplomat, spoke on behalf of the trio. "We seek only to ensure Mowgli's safety. Shere Khan's threat looms, and we journey to the man village for his protection." Akela, the embodiment of jungle wisdom, nodded sagely. "The jungle's harmony is fragile, but your path is just. I grant you the protection of the ancient elephants. May your journey be swift and your purpose fulfilled." Under the watchful gaze of Akela and the solemn elephants, Mowgli, Bagheera, and Baloo pressed forward. The ancient herd's blessing echoed in the rustle of leaves and the gentle hum of the jungle, a testament to the interconnectedness of all life within its bounds. As they ventured deeper into the labyrinthine paths of the jungle, Mowgli, guided by the teachings of Kaa and the protection of the ancient elephants, felt a profound sense of purpose. The trials that lay ahead were formidable, but with each encounter, he grew stronger, wiser, and more attuned to the heartbeat of the wild that pulsed around him. As the trio ventured deeper into the heart of the jungle, the air became heavy with the scent of ancient mysteries. The towering trees gave way to a colossal stone arch, adorned with intricately carved symbols that spoke of a bygone era. Before them lay the ruins of a once great civilization, now claimed by the sprawling vines and the relentless grip of time. Amidst the crumbling remnants of stone structures, the jungle echoed with a rhythmic beat, accompanied by the distant sound of drums. Intrigued, Mowgli, Bagheera, and Baloo followed the mesmerizing rhythm until they stumbled upon a grand chamber filled with shadows and echoes. And there, seated atop a throne of moss-covered stones, was King Louie, a colossal gigantopithecus with fur as golden as the sun. His eyes, gleaming with a mix of curiosity and mischief, locked onto the newcomers. The rhythmic beat, now revealed as the drumming of his loyal monkey subjects, ceased as the jungle fell into an expectant hush. What have we here?" King Louie boomed, his voice resonating through the ancient chamber. "A panther, a bear, and a man-cub. Welcome to my kingdom, strangers." Mowgli, Baloo, and Bagheera exchanged wary glances. King Louie, ruler of the ancient ruins, was known for his insatiable desire for power. His gaze fell upon Mowgli, and a sly grin played across his regal visage. "You, little man-cub, possess the secret I seek, the red flower, the source of man's power," Louie declared, his eyes flickering with a hunger for the forbidden knowledge. Mowgli, puzzled, looked at Bagheera and Baloo, who shared a knowing glance. The red flower, the essence of fire, was a force that could both create and destroy, and King Louie sought to harness its power to become the most formidable creature in the jungle. Baloo, ever the voice of reason, stepped forward. "Louie, there's more to power than the red flower. The jungle thrives on balance, not dominance." But King Louie, driven by ambition and the allure of untapped potential, was not easily swayed. He ordered his monkey subjects to bring forth the red flower, and with a ceremonial dance, flames flickered to life in the center of the chamber. As the fire danced, casting shadows that played upon the ancient stones, King Louie's eyes glowed with an almost maniacal fervor. He reached out towards the flames, intent on claiming the red flower's power for himself. Mowgli, sensing the impending danger, leaped forward. "Louie, you don't understand. The red flower is not meant to be controlled. It's a force of nature, a gift and a responsibility." But King Louie, enthralled by the flickering flames, paid no heed. The jungle, sensing the imbalance, quivered in anticipation, and the once great civilization's ruins seemed to echo with the weight of impending chaos. In the heart of King Louie's kingdom, the trio faced a choice: allow the ancient secrets to be misused for power or intervene to preserve the delicate balance of the jungle. The stage was set for a confrontation that would test not only their strength but the very essence of what it meant to hold power in the untamed heart of the wild. The journey through the jungle had been an odyssey of self-discovery for Mowgli. As the trio emerged from the ancient ruins, the lush green canopy gradually gave way to a clearing bathed in golden sunlight. In the distance, the sounds of the man village reached their ears, a symphony of voices, laughter, and the rhythmic hum of daily life. As they approached the edge of the jungle, Bagheera, Baloo, and Mowgli paused to take in the sight before them. The man village lay nestled between rolling hills, a tapestry of thatched roofs and bustling activity. Smoke curled lazily into the sky from hearths, a stark contrast to the untamed beauty of the jungle they had traversed. Mowgli, standing on the threshold between two worlds, felt a surge of conflicting emotions. The familiar sights and sounds of the man village stirred distant memories within him. It was here that he had come from, a place of bricks and mortar, rules and structure. Bagheera, ever perceptive, sensed Mowgli's internal struggle. The jungle has been your home, Mowgli, but this is where you come from. The choice is yours. Baloo, his massive frame a pillar of support, added with a gentle smile, wherever you go, you'll always have friends in the jungle. But you've got to follow your heart, buddy. As Mowgli gazed at the man village, memories of his infancy flickered in his mind, a kind face, the warmth of a hearth, and the embrace of human arms. A sense of belonging tugged at him, but the jungle's call remained strong, echoing the freedom, the wild spirit, and the bonds he had forged. Stepping closer to the threshold, Mowgli felt a hand on his shoulder. It was Bagheera, a silent companion who had guided him since that fateful day in the heart of the jungle. The panther's eyes held a mix of understanding and support, allowing Mowgli the space to make his own choice. The internal conflict reached its crescendo within Mowgli. He closed his eyes, absorbing the cacophony of the jungle behind him and the comforting hum of the man village ahead. In that moment of revelation, he understood that his identity was a mosaic, a blend of the wild and the civilized, the untamed and the nurtured. With a deep breath, Mowgli took a step forward, crossing the threshold into the man village. The familiar sounds enveloped him, and faces turned in curiosity at the sight of the boy emerging from the jungle. Mowgli, the child raised by wolves and mentored by a bear, had come home. The jungle, though left behind, whispered its eternal song in his heart. As he embraced his human origins, Mowgli carried with him the wisdom, resilience, and untamed spirit cultivated beneath the emerald canopy. And so, the boy who had discovered the intricate dance of life in the jungle faced a new chapter, a revelation that identity was not bound by geography but woven through the threads of experiences, friendships, and the choices that defined him. The jungle's legacy lived on within Mowgli, a testament to the enduring connection between man and nature. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm palette of oranges and purples over the jungle. As Mowgli ventured deeper into the man village, a shadow stirred in the underbrush, a shadow with eyes that gleamed like molten embers. Shere Khan, the scarred and relentless lion, had been biding his time, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The jungle, sensing the impending threat, murmured with an undercurrent of tension. Bagheera, Baloo, and Mowgli walked along a narrow trail, the air thick with the fragrance of night-blooming flowers. Suddenly, the silence shattered with a guttural roar, and Shere Khan emerged from the shadows, his powerful muscles rippling beneath his fiery coat. Mowgli, Shere Khan growled, his voice resonating with menace. You thought you could escape me? The jungle will not protect you. The trio turned to face the scarred lion, Mowgli's heart pounding in his chest. Bagheera, ever the vigilant guardian, positioned himself between Mowgli and Shere Khan, while Baloo, a formidable force of nature, stood his ground. I've faced the jungle's challenges, Shere Khan. I won't let you harm Mowgli, Bagheera declared, his eyes ablaze with determination. But Shere Khan, fueled by hatred and a thirst for dominance, lunged forward. The confrontation erupted into a whirlwind of claws and fangs, a primal dance that echoed through the night. The jungle, witnessing the clash between its creatures, held its breath. Mowgli, torn between the worlds he had come to love, watched as Bagheera and Baloo fought with unwavering resolve. The sounds of the struggle echoed through the trees, reaching the ears of the jungle creatures who, in turn, responded to the call of danger. Monkeys swung from the vines, chattering in alarm. Elephants trumpeted in unison, their massive forms moving with a majestic grace. Birds took to the sky, their wings a fluttering mosaic against the fading daylight. The jungle, a symphony of life, united in defense of one of its own. As Shere Khan realized he was outnumbered, he roared in frustration, retreating into the shadows. The jungle creatures, having rallied to the defense of Mowgli, stood vigilant, their eyes watchful and protective. Bagheera, Baloo, and Mowgli, though battered and bruised, stood triumphant. The scars of the confrontation would fade, but the bond forged in the crucible of battle would endure. "Mowgli, you are part of this jungle, and it will always protect its own," Baloo affirmed, his voice carrying the weight of the collective strength that had just repelled the threat. With a nod of gratitude, Mowgli understood the depth of the jungle's love and protection. As the scars of the night began to heal, the trio continued their journey, united by a shared understanding that the harmony of the jungle was a delicate dance, and every step was taken in unison with the beating heart of the wild. The moon hung high in the night sky, casting an ethereal glow over the jungle. Mowgli, Bagheera, and Baloo stood at the edge of a moonlit clearing, the air heavy with anticipation. Shere Khan, the relentless lion with eyes ablaze, emerged from the shadows, his scars a testament to the battles he had fought and survived. "You cannot escape, Mowgli. This jungle is mine, and you will not disrupt its balance any longer," Shere Khan snarled, his voice echoing through the night. Mowgli, facing the formidable adversary before him, felt a surge of determination. The jungle, his home, had taught him the laws of survival and the importance of harmony. In this climactic battle, he knew that brute strength alone would not prevail. As Shere Khan lunged forward with a fierce roar, Mowgli evaded the attack with agile movements, his senses honed by years of living among the jungle creatures. Bagheera and Baloo, ever loyal, joined the fray, their coordinated efforts creating a dance of defense against Shere Khan's relentless onslaught. But Mowgli, guided by the wisdom of both worlds, realized that defeating Shere Khan would not bring true balance to the jungle. In a moment of clarity, he hatched a plan that would test not only his ingenuity but also the delicate fabric that connected all living beings. As Shere Khan prepared for another charge, Mowgli led him toward the edge of a cliff overlooking a rushing river. With a swift and calculated move, Mowgli leaped aside, and Shere Khan, unable to stop his momentum, tumbled into the churning waters below. The jungle fell silent, the echoes of the battle fading into the night. Mowgli, standing at the precipice, gazed into the moonlit river, contemplating the weight of his choices. The jungle creatures, watching with a mix of curiosity and respect, awaited Mowgli's decision. Bagheera and Baloo, their trust in Mowgli unwavering, approached him. "The jungle is in your debt, Mowgli. What is your choice?" Bagheera inquired. Mowgli, his heart heavy with the weight of responsibility, turned to his loyal companions. Shere Khan was a threat, but defeating him would not bring true balance. "I've learned that both worlds, the jungle and the village, are a part of who I am." With those words, Mowgli made his choice. He decided to embrace his human heritage, recognizing that the village held a different kind of harmony. The jungle had nurtured him, shaped him, but the village offered its own lessons and connections. As the first light of dawn painted the sky, Mowgli, Bagheera, and Baloo stood at the threshold of the man village. The villagers, their faces a mix of surprise and curiosity, welcomed Mowgli into their midst. The jungle, now a distant memory, remained alive in Mowgli's heart. He became a bridge between two worlds, a living testament to the delicate balance that could be achieved when humans and animals coexisted in harmony. And so, as Mowgli stepped into the man village, he carried with him the spirit of the jungle, a legacy woven into the fabric of his being. The jungle, though left behind, whispered its eternal song, a reminder that balance was not about choosing one world over the other but about finding unity in the intricate dance of life. The man village bustled with activity as Mowgli, the boy raised by wolves and mentored by a bear, stepped into the world from which he had come. Faces turned in astonishment and curiosity as the villagers, accustomed to the ordinary, beheld the extraordinary sight of a boy who had lived among the jungle creatures. Mowgli's human family, long unaware of his fate, rushed forward with tearful eyes and open arms. The reunion was a symphony of emotions, joy, disbelief, and a profound sense of wonder. Mowgli's human mother embraced him tightly, whispering words of relief and love, while his siblings gazed at him with a mixture of awe and curiosity. Yet, as Mowgli reunited with his human kin, he felt a pang of longing for the jungle, the place that had shaped him, nurtured him, and instilled in him a profound understanding of the interconnected dance of life. In the days that followed, Mowgli found himself torn between two worlds. The man village offered the comforts of familiarity, the warmth of hearths, and the laughter of children playing in the streets. However, the jungle spirit, wild and untamed, echoed within him, a constant reminder of the lessons and bonds that had defined his existence. Mowgli, guided by the wisdom of Bagheera and Baloo, became a bridge between the two worlds. He shared stories of the jungle's wonders, its vibrant inhabitants, and the delicate balance that sustained life. The villagers, initially skeptical, began to see Mowgli not as an outsider but as a messenger, a conduit for understanding the mysteries that lay beyond the village borders. As Mowgli explored the surrounding forests with the villagers, he pointed out the intricate web of life, the chattering monkeys, the majestic elephants, and the myriad creatures that called the jungle home. His words carried the weight of experience, and gradually, the once fearful villagers began to appreciate the beauty and significance of the wild that bordered their settlement. In turn, Mowgli conveyed the villagers' perspectives to the jungle creatures, fostering a new understanding between humans and animals. The jungle, once wary of the encroaching village, began to see Mowgli as a mediator, a peacemaker who could harmonize the interests of both worlds. As seasons changed, the man village and the jungle became intertwined in a delicate tapestry of coexistence. Mowgli, now a bridge between the two realms, celebrated festivals with the villagers and danced with the jungle creatures beneath the moonlit canopy. His journey had come full circle, and in the heart of this unique harmony, Mowgli realized that balance was not about choosing one world over the other but about finding unity in diversity. The jungle spirit, though no longer his immediate home, remained an integral part of him, a guiding force that inspired compassion, respect, and a profound connection to all living things. And so, Mowgli, the boy who had traversed the wild and embraced civilization, became a beacon of understanding in a world where humans and the jungle could coexist. His story, a testament to the power of bridging divides, echoed through the generations, inspiring a new era of harmony between the untamed and the civilized. In the heart of the jungle, where the leaves whispered secrets and the river hummed the ancient songs of life, Baloo and Bagheera stood side by side, their bond unbroken by the passage of time. Having witnessed Mowgli's journey from a curious man-cub to a bridge between worlds, the bear and the panther had become inseparable companions, united by a shared love for the untamed spirit of the wild. As the seasons cycled through the jungle, Baloo and Bagheera continued their watch over the lush expanse, ensuring its harmony and balance. They patrolled the dense foliage, their footsteps echoing the rhythms of the jungle, and stood vigilant against any threat that dared disturb the delicate tapestry of life. Baloo, with his carefree spirit and infectious laughter, had become a beloved figure among the jungle creatures. His wisdom, though hidden beneath a layer of easygoing charm, resonated with the young ones who sought guidance in the dance of vines and the art of relaxation. Bagheera, the stoic and wise Black Panther, moved with a grace that mirrored the flow of the river, offering a steady presence and a voice of reason in times of turmoil. One day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting hues of orange and pink across the sky, Baloo and Bagheera sensed a familiar presence. Mowgli, now a young man with the wisdom of both worlds etched in his eyes, emerged from the shadows, a smile playing on his lips. Mowgli, Baloo boomed with joy, his massive frame enveloping the young man in a bear hug. Bagheera, though less effusive, purred with contentment. "You've grown, man-cub. The jungle's spirit shines within you." Mowgli, the bridge between the worlds, shared stories of his life in the man village, of the friendships forged and the lessons learned. Baloo and Bagheera, ever the listeners, absorbed the tales with a sense of pride in the role they had played in shaping the young man's destiny. As night descended, Mowgli sat by the fire, surrounded by the jungle creatures who had become his lifelong companions. Monkeys chattered in the treetops, elephants trumpeted their greetings, and birds added their melodic notes to the symphony of the night. The trio, Baloo, Bagheera, and Mowgli, sat beneath the starlit sky, their silhouettes woven into the fabric of the jungle's legacy. The moon cast its gentle glow upon them, symbolizing the enduring connection between man and nature, a bond that transcended the boundaries of species. The jungle legacy, Mowgli whispered, his voice carrying the weight of gratitude and understanding. Our stories are intertwined, and as long as there's harmony, the jungle's spirit will endure. And so, as the night unfolded, Baloo, Bagheera, and Mowgli shared laughter, wisdom, and the timeless camaraderie that bound them together. The jungle, ever watchful and ever alive, embraced its legacy, a legacy of friendship, balance, and the eternal dance between man and nature.